And we are live. Well, one of us is live, one of us is not. I had to show it.
Oh, she pushed the wrong button. That's okay. She'll be right back. Hey, y'all, Kaythia Star here, and you just saw me. How you doing? Good morning. Let's have.
I was so scary. I kicked myself out. It kicked me out. I was so scary. It said, "Go back to the avatar bench. You are way too scary for this one."
Oh my God!
You got super speed coffee. You got a cinnamon stick. You're on what I'm on. Darts all. I want one. I want what you got. He's got like killer coffee. Kaythia's got dragon coffee?
Yeah, it's called Komodo Dragon from Starbucks.
Komodo Dragon coffee.
Mm-hmm. And I even have this fancy
Death Wish coffee. And I'm still
Death
on
Wish
morning
coffee's
brew.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think I need some Death Wish.
Oh, here, look.
There's some Death Wish. Hey, at least my hair's back to its normal color, but
the hair color is looking a lot better, V.
It's been we had to bleach it.
It looks more committed now.
Doesn't it? Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Look, I could be like Woodstock. My son used to always, because my hair it always stands up when I wake up. I don't know, because I cover my face when I sleep, even in the dark, because I like it really dark. And so then I wake up. He goes, "You look like Big Bird every time you wake up." So this is Saturday afternoon.
Well, it's Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, Saturday. Okay. Yeah, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday coffee and chit chat.
Yep.
So I'm the chit. She's the chat.
I'm the
because I look like chit. I think I need another cup of coffee. Oh, well, brother.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
That's my second cup. Okay.
Oh, I just got the notification, B.
Oh, you just got the notification?
I just got the notification that you're on live. Maybe we should give it like another 3 minutes or so, 5 minutes.
Yeah, I sent it out on Discord and I sent it. What? What? About your puppy? Oh, she's getting a chug. A Chihuahua pug.
I am not qualified to comment on dogs.
No, they're really excited. It's a cute little shithead.
As long as it's somebody else's problem, I can look and go, "Oh, these are cute."
No, she's a puppy. Now get off. She's a super puppy. She's 6 weeks.
He. Okay.
He. I thought it was a she.
Oh, it's a he.
Rufus Coffee. Coffee's its name.
Coffee. Okay.
I thought it was Coffee.
I changed it.
You changed it to Rufus? Yeah. Oh my God, what a dumb name, Rufus.
Oh, I love that name. It's pretty.
Them too. I like Coffee because it looked like it has a little, like it dipped its nose in cream because it's like all coffee color except for its little nosy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you want, Rufus or Coffee?
Hey, we're chit chatting here.
Sorry.
My pet was called Tabasco.
Yeah.
So
her little bunny was called Tabasco.
And
it was cute.
That's a kick-ass name for a bunny.
It is a kick-ass name for a bunny. Tabasco.
Well, she was a spicy bunny. She was not timid. She told you exactly what was on her mind.
Cool.
Probably why you named
She was not a pet.
Her.
Well,
no, Tabasco named herself.
Tabasco named herself. Would she get into the Tabasco sauce?
No. So the circumstances of my bunny was that my aunt had died, and my aunt kept rabbits.
Right.
And before my aunt died, her rabbit had some babies. So we adopted one of them. My method of my method of pet choosing, I don't have pets. I don't. I'm a spiritual worker. I'm a light worker. I'm a witch. The choice has to belong to the animal. So what we do is we do it the old way, the old witchy way. Is what you're doing is you're asking for a familiar. You're asking for a companion. You're not asking for a pet.
Right.
So we, the kids and I, mostly Wesley, because Wesley's he's very connected to the spirit of the rabbit. Okay, when he was born, it was Easter, the year that he was born. Okay, so his first experience was rabbit. So so his totem animal is rabbit. So I had him. I said, well, this is how you do it. Is we picked a dandelion, and then we opened up the box, and of course all the babies were kind of like, sunlight, and they kind of went to one side. And Wesley had the dandelion in his hand, and he just all the way on the other side of the box. All right, he put his hand into the box with the dandelion, and you just leave it there. You sit, and you don't move, and you let
butterflies.
You let them make the decision. Okay, and there was a conference among the little. There really was a conference among the litter mates there. Okay, they were kind of huddled. And they were, kind of sniffing around and, what's going on. There was two that were just in the corner, and they were just, and I was like, we don't want those. You don't want companions like that, because there's no interaction there. They're so frightened of you and everything else. They're nothing new. There's no way that those would be appropriate for us.
Right.
So I wasn't worried. Those bunnies were never going to come out of that corner. But there were two that were interested, and they weren't afraid. But Tabasco was the one that was like, hey, you kind of smell funny there, boy. And she kind of hopped, and she came halfway, and she looked. She's doing this on his hand. And then she approached the hand and sniffed the hand. And then she took the offering of the dandelion, and then she stayed in her spot while Wesley gave her a pet. And that's how you know who your familiar is. The familiar chooses you, not the other way around. And that's what you do is you have an offering. You make an offering to the animal spirit, and then they choose. So my uncle gave us a little carry thing for her. And we went to my sister's, because I was staying with my sister Sarah at the time, and we hadn't named her yet, and we were talking about what to name her, and I finally, and we couldn't really agree on anything, and I said, you know what, we should just let her decide what her name is, and because that's what happened with White Edge. White Edge was my wolf pup. He told me his name, and that's how familiars are. They will tell you what their name is. Okay.
That's true.
Their animal name, their spirit name belongs to them. They don't share that, because to have somebody's name is to have power over them. But you don't want power over them, because they're your friends, your companions. You are co-creators together. You work together. This isn't like
my animals
you because you're
have always had like more than one name, because they were more than one thing.
Well, Tabasco was in her little carrier, and I was making dinner, because Sarah's like, I am so tired, I don't want to make dinner. I was like, don't worry, Sarah, I'll do it. So basically I made chicken and rice, which is a really quick, easy dinner. No problem. Right. I've done it a zillion times, and I'm standing at the stove, and Tabasco is on a table in the corner in the dining room, and it's like an open concept, so everybody can see everybody. Everybody can hear everybody. And the dinner was done. So I kind of leaned over, because there's a partition, and I was like, okay, well, dinner is done. And everybody's like, yay. And I'm like, hey, Sarah, where's your Tabasco sauce? Now, the bunny, the rabbit, jumped up on the side of the carrier and started rattling.
Oh, my.
And I looked over and I was like, what? I went over there like, what do you want? Are you hungry? Do you need water? What's going on? There was nothing wrong. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what you wanted, but okay. So I go back into the kitchen. Now, I had been distracted with the rabbit, so I did not hear Sarah's response. So yet again, I say, Sarah, did you tell me where your Tabasco sauce was? She jumped up on the side and she rattled the cage. And I looked over and I'm like, okay, that's weird. So John comes around the corner and says, well, the Tabasco sauce is in the cupboard. And she jumps up on the side and she starts rattling the cage again. And I look over at John. I said, you getting a pattern here? He's like, I maybe think so. So I lean over and I'm looking at her carrier. Okay. She's back on the floor and she's just staring at me. Okay. And I don't look over at John. I'm looking at the bunny and I say, John, did you say the Tabasco? And she jumps up on the side and she rattles the damn cage again. Okay. And no, she didn't jump in the pot. So she rattled the cage again.
Hey, Sir Sam.
And I said, I think she's chosen a name, right? So Wesley goes over to the cage and goes, Tabasco. And she jumps up and damn near on his face and starts rattling the cage. I said, well, I guess that cuts it. Her name is Tabasco. And she did it again. So every time the word Tabasco was said, she rattled the side of her carrier.
Wow.
She chose her own name. That's her name.
That's cute. It's like when Nightmare Sir Lancelot, Sir Dog came and just showed up at my house with Sadie Lou Hoo Boo. Sadie Mae Lou Hoo. Yeah, 4 names Sadie had. And this dog just showed up, this big mastiff. Remember the big mastiff? Yeah. And every day his name changed. Every day he was a different name because he wouldn't tell me his real name. So he would just tell me a different name every day. Like he was Nightmare one day. He was, what do we name him? He had several names until his owner came because he wasn't my dog. None of them were my dogs. None of them were my pets. They were all my familiars. And Sadie moved on. She was there. It's like I train them. I've always trained dogs. It's the weirdest thing. And then they just move on. They're there for a little bit and then they move on. Like she ate my insulin pens and she ate my insulin pens but she knew when my insulin dropped and when I was too high or too low. When I was too high, she would nudge me, but when I was too low, she would very lightly nibble at my leg. Because if you're too low, I can die over a long period of time. If I'm too high, obviously there's damage, like I got neuropathy and stuff like that. But it's detrimental if it's too low. So that was the weirdest thing. I'm like, and then I'm just I was asking the vet, I'm like, well, she ate my insulin pen. She goes, well, the pen, it's not as bad as if she ate the vial of insulin. I said, but there was insulin in the pen. But there wasn't, I think it was it was almost done or something like that. But we were more worried about the little teeny needle. Right.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, and then I had a bell on my door and Mr. Mooch was just a little pooch. Okay. He was like a fox. So he couldn't reach the bell, but I had the bell on my door for Christmas or whatever. When Sadie came, well, first of all, her name was Suki and I refused to call my dog Suki. Going around the neighborhood, Suki. Yeah, no, not doing that because I know what Suki means. If some don't, it's a term. Anyways,
I don't know what it means. Okay.
Not a pretty one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what they used to call the hookers overseas. Suki.
Oh.
They would ask, "Ooh, you Suki? You want some Suki?" Anyways, so I refused to call my dog Suki. So I named her Sadie, but then it was Sadie Mae, and then it was Sadie Lou. Well, first it was Sadie Lou because I like Sadie Lou, and then Sadie Lou Who because I like little Lou Who from the Grinch, and she just loved it. But anyway, so when she had to go outside, she would, yes, very true, Jens. She'd ring the bell. She'd get her nose up to that bell and ring that bell. And I never taught her how to do. I never showed her the bell. I never taught her, but she realized that when I opened the door, the bell rang. So the bell and the door together, very smart. She was Shepherd Hound mix. I miss her a lot. I want to get another dog, but I got to get one that's a little less strong because she almost took my head off. She broke through her lead. She broke through a chain. I mean, she's a strong dog. And she took me down a couple times. So, I mean, not meaning to. She just saw an animal, and she's a hunter. She's a hunt dog, So, but she moved on, and she moved on to another family that has diabetic problems.
Oh, okay.
Which she's perfect for. And she's got a yard. And she's got kids to play with that are older kids, and so she can run and she can dig, and she doesn't have to be, even though I had her on a 25-foot lead, still that's not fair, even though she had the run of the whole side yard and stuff like that, she needed to run, they need to, and so I need a littler dog, but I don't need a puppy either because I can't do a puppy. I'm too old for a puppy. To be cleaning up after a puppy, and you know what I mean? So a little older dog, I don't know, maybe when I get back home, I'll go to the shelter. Oh yeah. She definitely took me for a walk a couple of times, except for the bad part is there was a dude in my neighborhood who didn't like her and tried to hang her.
Yikes.
Yeah. I was on a live stream looking for her because I let her out and she wasn't on the lead, and the lead was gone. But she couldn't have undone the lead because I had it. It was a wire lead and I had it wrapped around. I mean, she couldn't have undone it. She doesn't have fingers to undo it. It was tied and through a loop and a loop-de-loop and another loop-de-loop. Me and my neighbors on this peg that was dug deep into the ground. Somebody had to undo her, and I could hear her, and I heard her in the forest. I went in the forest, and there the lead was up above a tree limb. She couldn't have thrown that over a tree limb.
There's no way. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so he tried to kill my dog. So and that was the dude that was across my property, and she was barking at him. Well, he was a fucking drug runner. She didn't like him, and I'm like, well, you're on her. This is public property. No, this is private property, bitch. And then he pulled a gun out on me and her and said that he was going to kill. So I have a feeling that it was him. I mean, that's the only person I can think of that would do something that terrible, because she would go with anybody. She was a lover, but she couldn't have wrapped herself around. I mean, I could see if it was around the bottom of the tree or something like that. But it was not if it was above. Like I had to, like I couldn't even reach it to get her down. Yeah, so he must have heard me coming or something and like took off or whatever. But that's sad chat. I don't want to talk about sad chat. I'll have to show my face again so we could all laugh, but I'm not doing that. There's people here now. There's people here now. They don't want to see my wild face. I'm like, I look like Chit, and she's the chat. Oh, Lordy, what a fucking week it's been. Fuck this week.
Something happened to me yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like fucking out of it.
Yeah.
Been out of it for a couple days. I just like all I want to do is sleep. Not good.
Yeah, here too. And now I know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead. Not
dead?
like yes, I am dead.
Yeah, me too.
obviously not actual dead. This is like a
Yeah.
metaphorical, allegorical, spiritual type death. I am completely dead. There's no, the thing that I said was supposed to happen that didn't happen, left me dead. I am dead.
But oh, look at Jens.
Yes, you do. You see at least one dead people. I am dead. So I was really down yesterday. I am actually, believe it or not, this is the face of a very sad woman.
Oh, I know.
I don't mean
this is
like
the voice of a very sad woman too, but I mean it's a different kind of dead. It's almost a fucking release. I don't know about you, girl, but it's a release to me. I'm fucking relieved. I'm released of some fucking shit that
I don't know,
I had to come to terms with, and I had to just say, you know what? I have to take my yeah, and just go and just move on, and just it is what it is, and whatever it is, I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't want that
I'm
depressed down fucking feeling. I don't like it.
yeah,
I don't want to
like
vibe it
either.
out either, you know?
It's just too much to bear. My faith in men has been completely and utterly just fucking shattered. Just shattered. I have no faith in men anymore. It's gone.
Yeah, but being dead is also a chance for rebirth.
Okay, well, yeah, let's talk about that a minute, because like I
Yes.
said, something happened yesterday.
Wild and free, wild and free and happy, a rebirth into some newness, because it is the waxing or waning or whatever. I always get them backwards. It doesn't matter.
Waning,
it's the newness after a darkness. And that's what came to me the other day when I shut down the stream, is because it got weird.
I don't want to talk
really
about that.
Weird.
It got really weird, and whoever that was, it was not Jedi Bill.
Because I did not ban Bill, okay? But Jeff B made a good point. If a wrench could do that, you know? But seriously, and then I just felt, I don't know, just this weirdness, something really strange. And then I like laid down and I listened to my audiobook, and I was thinking of you, and just like a bunch of shit just like flew in and through me and out, and it was just like just death and rebirth. It's just death and rebirth, and it was just so subtle, and it was just so matter of factual. It wasn't like dun, 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 death and rebirth or anything. It was just like death and rebirth. It's no big deal. It happens all the time.
It's a big deal to me. I'm kind of sick of it. No, I'm not kind of sick of it. I've had enough. There's only so many times I can be reborn. And I'm really, I've had enough.
Algorithm, and I had to reinstate all my moderators.
Okay.
But, I mean, what the hell was all that shit I did in Tennessee, if that's the case?
Lovely. I said, haha, shut up.
Who does?
Yeah, but it's gonna happen over and over and over. It's just, that's what it is. It's never ending, sis.
B, you're not getting the point. So we're gonna move on.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was very sad. I was very sad, and you know, that's not anything new. And you know, I was crying and whatnot, and having lost, basically having lost my guidebook. You know, my map, my direction. You know, I was supposed to go in a particular direction. It was supposed to be in cooperation, in co-creation with another person to begin to build a legacy. Okay, and this legacy was supposed to have far-reaching consequences well into the future for other people. This is a this has, I mean, the point of that is just to set an example, to heal each other and love each other and set an example so that others could follow that example. That did not happen. So now I'm like, okay, well, I was supposed to be a co-creator. Now I'm not a co-creator. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? You told me what my purpose was. I waited around for my purpose. I even worked. I put effort into me to improve me, to make me better, to make me good, to make me a better individual for that purpose, not for that person, for that purpose. And because that person, what am I supposed to do now? I have no purpose. So what I did was...
Go ahead. What you did was...
What I did was what I always do. I went to the gods. Tenali Rama got his divine purpose from the great goddess of 1,000 heads. So I was like, well, if Tenali Rama can get his purpose from her, if she can direct him, maybe she can direct me. You know, I don't have a mantra to say 3 million times. I don't have an offering, or, you know, I don't know the proper way of preparing myself. I don't have a temple to pray in. I just have me. And I mean, asking and being humble before the gods, at worst, they're just going to say, meh, nah, you're not worth it. And hold on a second. Low riding? Really? Really?
Okay. We're taking a break there. Apparently. Lots of hearts back to you, butterflies. Love you. Oh, and Darth Haster is a lucky Sith, Jen says. Why, did you see Lasagna and Boobs? Are you back?
Yes, I'm sorry. There was a lowrider cruising and banging, and I could hear him 5 blocks down. Yeah.
Shit.
And he took his sweet time. He took his sweet time. I really don't like it when your house vibrates. It's too loud. You are encroaching on other people. If you're playing your music loud, okay, that's fine. But if I'm vibrating out of my own house, you are too loud, and I don't care if it's a hobby or not.
Right. What do you think it does to their eardrums? No wonder
they're going to be deaf.
That's
and
why
I think it's hilarious. Make yourself deaf.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, I really have a very low opinion of these guys. Again, not if you're playing your music loud, you know, if your car is thumping, okay, sure. You know, I'm guilty of that too. You know, I mean, come on, I can't throw stones at something that I've done myself. However, I have not vibrated somebody out of their own damn house.
Right.
That's too loud. Take it away. Turn it off.
If I'm going to vibrate, it's going to be my eardrums I'm vibrating with my headphones.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, okay, where was I? Oh, so I called out to the goddess of 1,000 heads. Okay, now I don't have a name for her because the story of Tenali Rama that I have doesn't give her a name. And I don't know if Tenali Rama was a Hindu or a Buddhist or a Taoist. I don't know. I only know that he was, and hold on to your hat. There's the reason why I know about Tenali Rama is because Tenali Rama is an incarnation of Loki who was born in India. Okay, and he became a very famous court jester, fool, and poet. He was very, very famous. Okay, yes, he worked for the king. That's how I know who he is because Loki told me. Anyway, so I called to this goddess. Okay, and I'm like, I know I'm not doing this the right way, but I don't have anybody to tell me what to do the right way. So, you know, I don't know what to do, and basically I'm asking you, and I'm giving you the the highlight of that. So then I just went quiet and I just waited to see if I could hear something or if I got a sign, maybe something beeped in. She showed up.
Wow.
She showed up. It's called, she showed up. I was not expecting her to actually show up. Not like in my 3D, but here. Okay.
Right.
And it's very overwhelming to be visited by a god, and a god of that importance. I don't know. It's okay. So remember when I was telling you about divine language, that there's different kinds of divine language?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I know that she told me something, but the problem is she's a Hindu goddess, and I don't speak the language. I don't speak that divine language. So the images that she brought me, I don't know what it means.
Okay.
There's no clarity. So let me tell you what happened. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I am sitting cross-legged before her. Okay. And she is in appearance. From her neck down, she looks like a normal Hindu goddess. She's a woman, okay, because she's not wearing a top. Okay.
Right.
She's got like a little loincloth kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
She's got bells on her feet and bells at her wrists. But up here, she has 1,000 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 arms, 2 legs, or maybe it was, 1,000, 100. I don't know. Her heads there were lots and lots and lots and lots of them. And it was really, really trippy. Okay. You know how there's this movement and there's a
right.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what's going on. Okay. Each set of eyes is a different color to include human colored eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Her body is flashing, and it's specific colors. It's like strobing, slow strobing, blue, red, yellow, green, black, blue, red, yellow, green, black, and boom, and it's slowly on all over her. Okay, so blue, red, yellow, green, black, over and 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 over. Okay, all right. She does this, right? And this gold glitter comes down into her hand, and it forms a golden heart. Not the traditional American shape, but a real actual like heart. And she, and I put my hands out like this, okay? And she puts it into my hands like that, okay? And I'm really just overwhelmed because I have no idea I don't know what's going on.
Wow.
So I'm just kind of like, like a little kid, like, okay, mommy, what? And then she does this again, and a long string of beads, but they're not small. They're like this big. They're blue, and I think maybe they might be lapis lazuli beads, but I'm not quite sure. Definitely blue. They're definitely made of stone, and they've got like little flecks of like gold in it. All right. And she puts it around me. Okay, so I'm sitting here with the I forgot about the heart. Before she gives me the beads, I'm looking down at the heart. The heart does not split open, but out of it rises the raises a single white feather to hover above it. So it just kind of comes up, and it's just like there's this feather about yay big hovering above the golden heart in my because I've got it like at my solar plexus. Okay, so I've got like right here, you know, and I'm like, okay, you know, because she's a Hindu goddess, but she's giving me this white feather, so I don't know if it's the feather of Ma'at or if it has another meaning in Hindu. Okay, all right. So there's the feather. Then she does the beads. Okay, then she puts the beads on me. Okay, and I look down at the beads, and that's when I look at my heart space. I realize that I'm dead. There is a black hole, like it looks like somebody has like completely ripped
your heart out.
Heart out. Yeah, and it's just a hole, and it's scorched. It's burned. And I'm blue. So I'm definitely 100%, completely, utterly, 100%, I'm dead. I'm dead. And I'm like, okay, didn't expect that. I definitely did not expect that. So I look up at her again, and she's pulling these lilies, these flower lilies out of the ether. And then she starts putting them in my hair. So now I have this crown of lilies, and I have the beads, and I actually have some lilies here too. There's like one lily here, one lily here, beads, a golden heart, and then this feather. Okay. I have no idea what's happening. I'm still like, because I don't know what she's trying to do. I don't know what any of this means. Well, then she starts to do a dance. It's a traditional Indian dance. I know enough about India that it starts with a B. It's like Barahatanama, but it's a very special dance. It's like the Indian version of the hula. Okay, and whatever you do with the right side of your body, you mirror it with your left side of your body. And there's symbols, and there's things that you do with your eyes, and there's things that you do with your head, and there's these beautiful dance moves that go with it. But she starts to dance in front of me in this particular style of traditional dancing. Okay, I know, like I said, I know enough about India to know that she's trying very hard to communicate with me, and I'm sitting there going, duh. I mean, it's just duh. Because I don't. Anyway, so she's doing the dance, and then she does this with her hand, and she does this with her hand, and actually, it's a very specific move. I know this because I used to dance. I know kindergarten stuff. Okay, all right. So there's this move. And then there's this move. Okay, right. So now you've got this going on. I'm sorry, there's like this. Right. Okay, all right. A rainbow forms from palm to palm, and then cups, ding, 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 and then the cups tip over, and they shower coins or gold glitter. I think it's like supposed to be like confetti, coins, gold stuff, right? Okay. Falls down, and she kind of does this, and she kind of does this, and then she approaches me and goes, and it's just like I get showered. So now I'm sitting there in lilies and lapis lazuli beads, holding this heart with a feather and dead, and I'm covered in gold confetti. And there's still duh running through my head. Just, all right. And then she steps back, and she finishes her dance. And there's a special way that the dances are finished, which is the hand comes out like this, the hand comes out like this, okay, and then you bring it back in, and then you back away. And that is the finish. That is the finish of the dance. But she faded. Oh no, I forgot about the other two things that she gave me while she was dancing. While she's dancing, before she blows the glitter, she presents me with basically this shiny ball of light. Okay. If I didn't know any better, it would be like a sun or like just a.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
And she gives it to me and it hovers on one side of the heart, on one side of the feather. All right. And then she gives me a hand mirror and that comes and that hovers on the other side of the heart. So ball of light, feather, hand mirror, golden heart.
Co-creator.
Stupid.
Co-creator.
So then, okay, then she finished. Then she does the glitter thing, and then she does the thing, and then she does this, and then she backs up, and then she fades away. And that was the vision. And I came out of that basically going, what the fuck was that? And so immediately I jump onto Google to try to find out what the hell that was all about.
Right.
The only thing that I could come up with as far as Hinduism is concerned is what I experienced is called darsana or darsama. I think it's an N, darsana, which basically is a Sanskrit word from the Vedas, which means viewing. So it's basically a visitation by a god. Again, this isn't unusual for me. The unusual part for me was, well, I didn't understand the communication. I'm not familiar with that divine language. The divine language that she was clearly trying to communicate with was dance. I'm a complete idiot when it comes to dance. I just don't have the knowledge or I did make the attempt. You know, I did put some effort into it.
Like she's trying to tell you, you already are a co-creator with Source. With Source is many forms, but one source takes on many forms. That you're.
I know what you're talking about. It just doesn't apply in this particular case. Everybody is a co-creator,
right? But
I already knew that.
It goes with. It makes sense to me, but I can't explain how it makes sense to me because I didn't see that, but I heard the words that I heard when I laid down after I shut off the stream the other day. To me, it sounds just like what I said, like rebirth, renewed. You're different.
Well, I don't need a god.
I don't know how to explain it, but all those symbols mean something in it, and I don't know. Krishna would be like really good at that.
I don't want to talk to him because I don't want him screaming at me.
He doesn't scream. He gets excited sometimes.
He did when I met him.
Where are you going? What? Oh.
What's his name? Dylan.
Oh, okay. I don't know because, like I said, when I laid down, it was just weird, and it was just weird. I don't know.
Well, this didn't happen after the stream.
I don't know.
This happened
the golden
a couple of days afterward.
Well, it doesn't have to happen at the same time, and it might not even have anything to do with what I heard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely.
But
no, it's not
nothing
about
that you looked up with
No, I have no idea. I don't know what the gold heart means. I'm not sure what that means. Like, does that mean that's I'm not
maybe
I don't
replacing your broken, torn out heart with a golden heart with something better, that there's something better in store.
Wouldn't she have put it into my chest if that was the case? Because she put it in my hand.
Having free will, you had to accept it. To me, that's what it sounded like. She was giving you things that you need for you to accept. They just can't.
that still doesn't make any sense, because the prayer was me going to her for help, for assistance, for blessing. I was going
Look
to
at
her
all the blessings she gave you, whatever they mean. There's some kind of blessings that doesn't sound like they sound like all of those are blessings for you.
Well, I understand that, but I don't know what she was trying to communicate with those blessings.
Right.
I asked her for a divine purpose. I didn't ask her to bless me. I already know that this blessing is destined, with or without my divine masculine. It doesn't matter. These things are coming to me. He's the one that's missing out. He's really actually missing out. He doesn't know. He has no idea,
and that's
what he gave up.
Yeah. And that's what, yeah. With or without the twin flame, it's still going to go on.
Yeah, it has to, because it's destiny. I don't want to do it by myself. I'm actively in a position where I'm refusing to do it by myself, because I don't want to do that anymore.
You're asking for Source's will to be done, right?
Yeah.
So you're surrendering.
This is not my idea. I've surrendered everything over. I have nothing of my own. I don't have money. I don't have career. I have nothing of my own. Everything is reliant on Source. Everything. This electricity. Me being in these clothes. This was a blessing. My daughter bought this for me because she was compelled to do so. Not by me. She wanted to do it. She's like, I need to get you some, I want to get you something for Mother's Day. Here. I am a flickin' pagan nun. I am completely reliant on Source. I have nothing of my own.
Yeah, we're thinking of going to the park with Dylan, and then we'll be back.
Hold on a minute. Keep talking. Hold on. They're going somewhere. Hold on.
The whole thing about co-creation. I am not in a position of co-creation because I have surrendered everything to Source. So the answer of surrender is not, there's nothing more for me to surrender. I have been asked to do weird things that have, in my view, no fucking purpose whatsoever. I've got a yellow ribbon tied around my oak tree because I was told to do so. Because I was waiting for things that I've been told to do for other people. I do not want to be in a position like this anymore. And yet, I don't have the free will to walk away from it. I know what I'm supposed to do. And, well, I did know what I was supposed to do. Now I don't. I am not moving. I am tired. I've had enough of doing things myself. I deserve a counterpart. I deserve a counterpart. And I don't mean my daughter. I don't mean my cousin or my mom. I mean an actual divine masculine significant other counterpart. I deserve that. Moreover, I fucking earned it.
Huh.
Odin doesn't show up to people unless they work for it.
Yeah.
The Nordic pantheon.
Just in case it rains, I want to make sure I'm upstairs.
It just seems like it would have been more clear. Why do they do it so it's not so clear? Do we have to figure out shit?
Maybe it was basically it was what she could deliver. The fact that I don't have a divine purpose.
That's untrue. Everybody has a divine purpose.
No, not if it has to be rearranged. Basically, Google Maps is going rerouting. And you're thinking, okay, when is this going to be fucking rerouted already? Meanwhile, I'm sitting on the side of the road trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Relax. Jen says relax.
Okay.
I know.
What? I didn't see what it said.
Oh, it said, have you ever heard the song Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood? He's trying to cheer you.
Oh. This is really not a joking matter, Yen.
It's
this
not,
is my
he's
life.
not joking. I mean, really, just sit back and relax. You're so uptight. I know it's easier said than done.
I want my life to change already. I want a life. I want a purpose that doesn't belong to somebody else. I want an opportunity to live for me, and don't give me any crap about how, don't give me any crap. I know what it is. And I wish somebody would understand and listen to what I'm trying to say. In the past, I've had to give up everything about me. I've had a husband. I've had to carry a husband. I've had to carry my mother. I had to raise my fucking siblings. I had to raise my fucking kids. I didn't have a weekend off. I couldn't take my kids to grandma's house for a weekend. I was on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I had no life. In addition, anytime I did try to go out and get a life, people were malicious and horrible to me, to the point where they made me miserable to make themselves feel good. I want what I am owed, not because I am entitled to it, not because I deserve it, but because I fucking earned it. Like I was trying to say, in the Nordic pantheon, Odin doesn't just show up for any dumb motherfucker. They don't show up for any Joe. In the Nordic pantheon, you work for your reward. You are industrious. You labor for it. You labor to the point where you are dying in a field. If you're not bleeding for it, if you're not sweating for it, then you don't get it. I have earned my reward more times over than I can count. My hand is still empty. Moreover, on that, I have had to come into the knowledge that I was an unwanted child. V, you know how impressing that can be on a person's soul.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I am tired of relaxing. I'm tired of being bored. I'm tired of giving things up. I'm going against Divine Source by doing those fucking Bad Batch videos. I'm not supposed to have anything to do with pop culture. I was reminded last night very clearly not to go back to my old life. And I am borderlining that. I don't know what to do with myself. So yeah, I sit in this chair and I relax almost all day because I have no choice but to do so. My shoulders are fucked up. I am tired of sitting around doing nothing. I get myself in trouble doing that.
I hear that.
I overanalyze. I get bored of my books. There's only so many fucking books I can read in one day. There's only so many historical documents I can watch in one fucking day. I've binged MASH twice. Do you know how many years of MASH there are? 11. There are 11 years of MASH.
I'm binging Devious Maid, so yeah. It's ridiculous. I know.
Which, by the way, is also against what Divine Sources says, because I'm not supposed to be watching pop culture. And I can't do any of my tarot stuff. I can't do any tarot readings because Loki's energy is in the fucking way every single time. I cannot escape him. He won't let me go. Now I'm fighting him because I just can't. I don't want to wait anymore. I want my fucking life back. I can't wait around for him. I don't want to wait around for him. And I know that he wouldn't want me to. I'm not mad at him. It's not his fault. It's not my fault. Shit happens. And he needs to deal with his shit. I dealt with mine before I showed up. He should have been dealing with his before I showed up. He's the one that lived in his ego. He didn't want to listen to his heart. He just wanted to bury his head in the sand and move along in his miserable life. Fine, do that. But I am not going to wait around for you to figure out that you screwed up so bad that it's going to take you 3 years to get yourself out. I know. See, this is why sitting around and twiddling my thumbs is bad. Because good. I say things that sound like they're horrible. The frustration with both sides of things, being in between worlds, sucks. I'm tired of being here. I was really hoping that maybe she would point me in a direction, give me something to do to at least occupy some of my time other than cleaning a house. I've cleaned a house my whole life. This is not the end and beginning of me. I am fucking tired of being domestic. I don't want to be domestic. Guys don't want a domestic wife anymore. My ex-husband does not have a domestic wife. She works. And his house is a direct reflection of that.
You were telling me about that.
Oh, yeah. He got exactly what he wanted. And now he's paying the price. Because she does not
I keep thinking about the freezer.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Ugh. And there's no food in that. They have children. And she has no food in her house. The only jar, peanut butter, was a half a jar of peanut butter and 6 pieces of bread.
Oh, man.
And a little bit of jelly. And the only jelly in the house had alcohol in it.
Oh, God.
It was rum jelly. That's what he and I had for lunch. I fed my nephew an alcoholic peanut butter and jelly sandwich because there wasn't anything in the house to eat.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But meanwhile, I was having social services called on me because I didn't vacuum my floor. But she's getting away with fucking filth I've never seen before in my life. He got exactly what he wanted. And I'm glad he's rolling in it.
Ugh.
That's my justice, because I gave him when we got a divorce, I gave him everything he wanted. I didn't argue. The only thing I said I want the house. Don't take the house away from me because Wesley and Lorian need somewhere to live. If you take the house away, we will be homeless. And I didn't get the entire house. His name is on it.
Wow.
I only own half of this house. And it's in shambles because of my tenants.
Right. That's what you said. Can't even catch a break with your tenants.
Yeah. I was with my ex for 14 years. I should have benefits.
Yeah.
I don't have benefits. I signed them away because that's what he wanted. I surrendered
his military, all that stuff, all that health benefits?
Correct.
Wow.
All of that I signed away to get rid of him because I didn't want to fight. I surrendered everything, V. when I say I surrendered everything, I did surrender everything.
Sorry.
What?
I know you said this is. He's just being a smart. I didn't mean to highlight
Thanks,
that.
Jens.
Jerry Springer episode. Oh, we could talk about our exes. That is a Jerry Springer episode. Fuck.
No, that's not it. Now, I actually do have relatives that was on Jerry Springer, and that's a
Nuh-uh.
whole. Yes, I did.
No.
Yes, I did.
Oh, come
yes,
on,
I did.
Kaythia, for real?
Yes, yes, yes. The answer is yes, and you wouldn't believe the story they brought up on the show.
Oh, please do tell. Oh, come on, that'll be good. Lighten things up a little bit. Come on, it's chit chat and laugh Saturday. Okay, come on, we got our coffee.
All right, this is a disclaimer. Y'all know I have told you in other previous episodes that my extended family are so backwoods hillbilly. Okay? Now it's going to be exposed exactly how backwoods hillbilly they are.
Oh no, this is gonna be good. Hold on to your britches, everybody. We're going backwoods.
Okay.
We're kicking the hillbilly.
Well, he's dead. I can openly talk about this now because he's dead. So
okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
I had an uncle. Okay. Now, the uncle had been previously married. And from that marriage, there was a daughter. There was a divorce.
Uh-huh.
And then he remarried. Okay.
Okay.
What?
Darth said he remarried. You said he remarried, and then Darth had to say his cousin.
No, not his cousin.
Shut up, Darth. Let Kaythia tell the story.
Okay.
All right. Now try to tell it without laughing, Kaythia, because she's about ready to bust a gut.
You're going to see why in a moment.
Okay. Wait, I'm going to mute. I'm going to mute because I know I'm going to crack up.
Okay. This uncle, all right, thought that his new marriage was fine. Okay. The daughter, who was teenager-ish at this point, that things were going fine. The marriage seemed to be going fine. There was a period in his life where he started to work late because there was just an increase in hours at work. So he was spending a lot of time at work. Okay. And it went on this way for an unusual amount of time for him, when finally things kind of settled down a little bit. And he was able to be home a little bit more often. Okay. So there was probably about, I would say 12, 13, about 14, 16 months where he had to take on this extra stuff at work. Okay. He came home. He thought everything was fine. It's not a problem. Well, one day he gets a phone call from a producer from Jerry Springer. And they said, hey, we have gotten a call from somebody in your family, and they want to confess something to you, and they want to do it on the show. And my uncle was like, well, okay, it's kind of weird, but all right. I mean, can't be anything really bad, right? Right. So he tells his wife and daughter, hey, I'm going to go on the show. So I'll be gone for this day and that day. And he goes off to, I think, like New York or some shit. Okay. So he gets set up. He gets onto the show. They introduce him onto the stage. And Jerry says, well, there's a couple of people who want to confess something to you. Let me introduce you to your wife. Oh, what? He says, what? Okay. No, Jens. Incorrectamundo. So the wife comes on and says, you know, you were busy at work and things kind of happened between me and another person. And it just happened. And I want to pursue that relationship. And I wanted to ask if you would want to be okay with this. And maybe, I don't know. Right? And he's like, okay, well, you know, what the fuck, you know, you're cheating on me. And she's like, well, yeah. And he's like, okay, is it this dude? Is it that? No. And Jerry's like, no, she has not been cheating on you with a dude. Let us introduce you to her your daughter.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. The new wife and the daughter had been having a lesbian relationship together while he was busy at work.
Oh, no.
And the wife did not want to give up either of them.
Oh, no, it's his daughter.
Yeah, it was his biological daughter. Now, obviously, the idea here is that he is not going to want to do anything with his daughter. However, sharing your wife with your daughter and then having the audacity to ask for this three-way relationship?
Oh, God.
Are you fucking kidding?
That's disgusting.
My uncle blew his...
Oh, my.
Oh my gosh.
I heard them all.
I've heard it all.
I'm living in West Virginia.
Well, you're living in West Virginia. What do you expect?
Well, dude, this didn't happen in West Virginia. No.
No. The thing is she had just. The thing here is she had just turned 18.
Oh my God!
Did you hear what
she
I
was
said?
just 18.
He just turned 18. That was another reason why my uncle hit the roof, because when they were having the affair, she was underage.
Oh my God!
Now, this isn't anything different than what Woody Allen did. Okay. Just saying. However, in Woody Allen's defense, that was an adopted daughter. She wasn't biologically related to either of them. That's Woody's only defense.
So did he continue? Did he decide to do?
No, he kicked her. No, there was a divorce. No. Oh no. Are you kidding me? A good old boy sharing his wife? No. A good old boy sharing his wife with his daughter?
Oh my God.
Hell to the no.
Wow.
No.
James is like, I don't know if it was that one I saw.
You have 6 hours to get your shit out of my house. You will be getting a divorce, and I don't give a shit what you do with my what you do with your life. Daughter, get the out of my house. Wow. Get out of my house. Go live with your lover, because you're not living with me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he kicked them both out. He was like, I'm not putting up with that. Yeah. Uncle Buck would not put up with that shit. No.
Oh my. Good for Uncle Buck.
He's a good old boy. Grew up in the Midwest. Motorcycles, cars. Come on. Yeah, well, you know.
Double daddy? Like a daddy?
Shut up, George.
What the
He's being stupid.
You do not do that to a good old boy.
No.
I mean, seriously, this is the reason why I am confused on men. How is it that they can be involved with such disgusting women?
Because there's people out there that are sick like that.
I don't get it.
I know.
What the hell is wrong with them?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, Uncle Buck is just just one of my prime examples of what the fuck is wrong with you.
Right.
Because and this is what I told him. I said, look, you buried your head into your work, and you did not make time
Where's that at?
for your wife or your child.
There's someone else.
You didn't make the time. You could have gone on vacation for a weekend. You could have gotten paid time off. You earned that. 6 months down the line of time and a half, yeah, you could have taken a weekend off, but you chose to bury your head and pretend that everything was fine. What's wrong with you? It's not just them that fucked up. You fucked up too, because you didn't ask any questions. You didn't take out the time, and you didn't come up out of the dirt to look around to see what the fuck was going on. This is on you too. And you know what? This is what I like about him, is he actually had enough self-awareness to say, you know what? Yeah, it's not completely my fault, but
He
you're
took
right.
his share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you're exactly right. I should have. I mean, we're talking about he said like it was like between 12 and 16 months. At some point between 12 and 16 months,
it was annulled like 2 days later.
This is your fault now. This is your fault now. This is not like 2 months, 3 months, or 6 months, or 8 months. This is a fucking whole year. You ain't got no business working on Christmas if you have paid time off.
Right.
No.
Even if he thinks he's doing it for the good of the family, he's not, because it doesn't matter. Time spent with your family is more precious than...
But it's also more than that, V. It's not just taking out time for your family and being responsible as a father, but it's also taking out time for yourself. You're literally working yourself to death. What the hell's wrong with you, stupid? Are things really that bad that you need that much money? What is it for? What's all that money for? Don't tell me it's about rent and utilities and shit.
Right.
Is it because you want a boat? So you're choosing your boat over your family. Fuck, get out. There's already a divorce there. If you're thinking about a boat or your family and you're working extra hours and you're sacrificing your family for a fucking boat, get out. Just get out. It ain't that important. I don't care how much you like fishing. Unless you're a professional fisherman, you don't need to do that. Now, if you're paying off your mortgage, well, okay, now let's talk about that. You know, that's when you start including your wife.
Right.
That's when you start including your kid. You say, hey, I want to pay off the mortgage early, and that means doing extra hours. What do y'all think about this? But then it's also planning family events so that everybody can get back together, so that you remember why the fuck you're working in the first place.
Right.
No man can tell me, well, I'm working overtime for my family, and then do it for a year without any time off, and then me go, good job. Nah, motherfucker, I'm going to look at you and go, are you stupid? You're not going to get that out of me.
Huh.
All that has long extended consequences. Men who work like that end up having heart attacks at 50. Because they're working themselves to death. They're not taking time out for self-care, for relaxation. And hell, there are things at home that your wife just cannot do. Okay? Home maintenance. If you're a homeowner and you're married, you know about them damn gutters. Everybody hates fucking cleaning out their gutters. I can't clean out my gutters.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's what your son is.
You know, I can't. There's things that I cannot do.
Okay.
Right.
I need help.
It would be nice to actually see my kid.
And there are things that I shouldn't do on my own, like raise my kids, because I may as well just be a single mom. If all you are is a paycheck and rent paid, well, fuck, I can get that from the government. Who the fuck needs your ass around here? Ouch. I think I just hurt like a bunch of people. V.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey,
Mm.
I'm talking to you. I said I forgot that your son is waiting.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just worried about Darth at the moment. Hold on one second.
Okay. So you know, the the breadwinner, whoever that is, needs to take time out to at least communicate what's going on with his significant
Well,
other.
I wouldn't know anything about that because I was a single mom. So,
I'm calling that and calling bullshit.
Well, even
Yeah.
when you're a single mom, if you're a wise single mom, you talk to your kids. You
Right.
take time to talk to your kids, and you're like,
Oh
okay,
yeah. Well, always. I mean, I
I
did
mean,
have a 8-year relationship with a really good man that really helped me and my son a lot, but for the majority of it, it was just me, and it was hard. It
yeah,
was
it's hard.
hard. It
It's
was really hard,
absolutely hard.
especially I tried to work graveyard so I could be with my kid when he got home from school and stuff when he was little. It was just hard. And of course, I made a lot of really bad mistakes, but that's in the past and I don't dwell on the past anymore because I don't live there. But yeah, I agree. It doesn't seem like the man's role is the man's role anymore.
And that's because they don't know how, bless their souls. They really don't. They really honestly don't know how to function as proper men because all of our proper men were killed in the wars, for crying out loud. How are you supposed to know if you don't have anybody to fucking teach you proper?
Right, right. I mean, at least I had that for my son. But now where is he? He's in the fucking military. You know?
Yeah.
And that scares the hell out of me.
Oh, it's his modern army. He'll be fine.
I know, but it still scares the hell out of me. You know? But that's neither here nor there. He's a good kid. He's a good, I'm believing he's a good husband and that
As
they're happy.
as an ex-military wife who saw her husband through the Gulf Wars.
Well, at least he's not deployed as much as yours was. He's only been deployed twice now.
Mine was in an
7
active
years.
war zone. Mine spent time in active war zone.
Yeah.
And this is the most profound thing that I can offer any any relative of any active duty military person. Trust the training because it works.
Yeah. He just signed up for another 6, I'm sure. He's
well, the
definitely
benefits are good
dedicated
if you
military.
the benefits are good, but here's the consequences of that is after the military.
Right.
Their civilian transition program sucks massive donkey dick. There is no transition. There's no psychological help. Once you become a vet, fucking forget it. You're not actually going to get any benefit.
I know.
They promise you
my
the
ex
fucking
was a vet.
universe.
I know.
They promise the universe you will not ever get the medical treatment that you need, not that you want, not that you deserve, not that you earned, that you need.
Right.
You will never
I'm
get
praying
it.
that all that's changing. So,
nope.
I mean, stuff like that can change.
I live in Leavenworth. There's a VA hospital right here.
Hey, I went through it 8 years with my ex. I'm telling you, I know. And
it's
also with my friend for 17. So I know the kind of help that you get is crap. Trust.
It's not any help.
None.
Unless you have a real good lawyer, you ain't getting it.
Mm-hmm. It was crap. Fuck.
The other side of that coin is there are benefits that are fucking amazing, which is the VA loan program for houses, for homes. that shit's good. That
Yeah.
shit's good. And
Well,
that
I'm hoping
is
if
where
he's going to
vets
be a
get
lifer,
protected.
I hope that he's a lifer for life.
Oh, not unless he gets a desk job.
Yeah.
See, mine wasn't going to get anything because he has. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I can't see my son behind a desk, anyways. I can
Then
see
he
him
won't
behind
be
a
in
tank
there
and a
for life.
machine gun, but I can't see him behind no desk. He is not desk material.
Then
He's
it's
field
probably not going to be a
material.
lifer.
Yeah.
Now he can get a civilian contract doing work for the military when he is a vet, because my ex has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
Well, if he goes
where
into
another benefit
what
that's
he
going to work
wants
out.
is weapons design and stuff like that,
No, that ain't going to happen.
What?
Nothing.
I heard that. I don't know. I try. That's his life. It's him and his wife's decision, and I let that go. I'm not going to be a fucking helicopter mom, and I'm definitely have cut the apron strings and just observe from afar. I contact when I think is appropriate, and I just leave them to their life. I mean, they're young. They're 26 and 27. Come on, So I remember being 26. So I just keep reeling back, even though my 26 was a hell of a lot wilder. He's a little more responsible than the fuck I was at 26, but so more kudos to him. But it's just, I wish I was closer. That's all. It's just hard to be so far away and sick.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and so that's another thing. I go home next week. I mean, it's been such a blessing being here with B and Darth, because they just constantly make sure that I'm okay. They're always checking in on me, make sure I'm breathing. And so when I get home, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Hopefully I'll get in home care for somebody to come in at least twice a week. So I don't know. So anyhow, yeah, I'm just a little worried.
I'm not worried anymore. I'm just impatient and frustrated.
I'm just trying to look up stuff that's natural that I can get, because I don't have insulin. That's what I'm worried about.
That's a very hard thing, because before insulin, in the, what was it, in the 20s, 30s or the 20s, I can't remember. Actually, it was 1924 that insulin came out, I think. It was between the Great Wars when insulin was introduced. I watch a lot of historical documentaries.
Mm. I know okra, if you cut off the ends of okra and put it in water, but that slime, I can't drink that slime. It's, oh my God.
That does not work.
Okay.
Because that is a very old remedy. You are right, but that does not work.
Okay.
Controlling your insulin or controlling your sugar intake without insulin is incredibly diligent.
Yeah.
It's time consuming, and you have to pay attention a lot.
To
Otherwise
everything. I know.
Yeah. What they did before, they called it the sugar sickness, is what they called it. No booze, no rich foods,
right.
No starches.
Nope.
Very heavy meat diet.
Yeah.
A very heavy meat diet, and that impacted things, either your fiber intake, so it was difficult to go to the bathroom.
Right.
the sugar sickness was really bad to have. It was basically a death sentence before insulin.
Mm,
I'm sorry, V. You
I know.
have to have that if you're going to live.
I know. Well, there's nothing I can do until I get paid. I don't get paid till the 5th, and it's over $300, which is just ridiculous. Like I said, I found GoodRx is like 150 something, but because of my insurance isn't paying for all of it, and they won't break up the pens. They won't just send me one pen till I get home. So, I mean, I'm fucked until the 5th anyway. So I have to do something until the 5th. And I don't know. It'll be all right. Maybe I'll just fast till the 5th.
If you need to, just keep going to the hospital.
Yeah. If it gets high, if my meter says hi to me, HI, I'm gone. Because I'm not getting it up to 1900 again. That's ridiculous.
That's high.
I can already feel my feet are already numb to my fucking above my ankles now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I have my meter so I can check it, but I'm scared to check it, but I will check it,
Yeah.
I can just eat I can eat salad stuff. Salad's free. As long as I don't put crap in it,
Yeah, stay away from the salad dressing and all that.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Meat, of course, meat's okay, protein's okay. So we'll just see what happens. I searched in my bag for another pen. I thought maybe I had an extra short acting. Even the Lantis is even $215. But my new one, the Norvalin, at Walgreens is $300, but I have to go in and give them my insurance card. They said it might knock it down $50 or $60, but that's still like over $200 still. Why is it for such a necessary medicine? They make it so fucking high. It's
because
like right now I can barely see your face.
Insurance company.
I can't read the chat anymore. It's blurred. I can't see your face is blurred. So now my vision's going. So I know my sugars are high. And what have I had today? Nothing. I had a biscuit.
That's starch, V.
I know. Well, I had to
White
eat something.
Bread. Don't eat bread.
I know.
No
right
bread,
now we
no
don't.
Pasta.
Right. I know. No pasta, no breads. I'm scared that I should check.
Fish is good.
I know. Fish. I hate fish. Fish tastes fishy. Here, let's check my sugars. Let's see what they're at right now. I can I've been drinking green tea, but the green tea I had was not sugar free. See if I can get some blood out. I can usually tell if it comes out fast, it's high. I won't even read it. Fuck. I thought you guys were going to the park.
It's raining now.
Oh. We'll go out and dance in the rain.
So I can get sick?
No, you don't get sick from wet.
No, it's May. You won't get sick.
Oh, she's got heart stuff going on.
Oh.
She has a hole in her heart. Literally.
Well,
in her left. What is it in your left?
AV blockage.
AV blockage.
Okay. And
yeah,
my cousin had a hole in the heart. He's fine.
Oh,
but
fuck.
it's late May.
Oh, fuck.
How high is it?
High. It says HI.
That's not good.
Fuck. That
No,
means it's over
you're fine.
500. My meter goes up to 500. Fuck. Well, just keep
looks
an
like
eye on
there's
me. If
a
I get real shaky, call 911.
Alrighty.
You know what happened the last time.
Yep.
If that happens again, if I get incoherent. Fuck.
Drink some water.
Fuck, I don't want to go back in the hospital.
You're probably going to go back to the hospital, D.
Oh, fuck. I'm so close to going home. I didn't want this to be a fucked up stream. Sorry.
Yeah, the stream was going to be fucked up anyway.
Huh?
The stream was going to be fucked up anyway.
Hey, look. With a face like this, how could it not be fucked up? That's just because I'm wild today. I wasn't going to show myself, but I don't care. Fuck it. I showed myself the whole time I was in the hospital. At least my hair's back to its natural color. That's not red. Why does that look red right there? It's not red.
It's just the lighting. It's just the lighting in the camera.
Yeah. I think my eyes are so bloodshot. It's probably because I was crying. Fish and chips, yes, are lovely, Jens, but we don't have fish and chips out here.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. Getting
We
good
don't
fish
have
and
good
chips
fish
out
and
here is
chips.
awful. There's just you're gonna pay out the nose for good fish and chips.
Yeah. We used to have, remember
Yeah.
H-Salt fish and chips?
Mm.
Mmm.
So lovely,
Captain
wrapped
D
up in
sacks, Long John
newspaper.
Silvers.
Ugh.
Yeah. You can't find,
Ugh.
except I found one good place, was the Dragon. It was a bar down in Frankfurt, but then they changed that. And so now it wasn't an English pub anymore. It was an actual English pub.
Oh, yeah, and in English. Oh, yes. Okay,
Yes.
so there was
Potato leek
there
soup.
was there was an English pub in Germany, okay, in Trier, and it was run by some British who lived in Germany. Okay, so that's how I got my authentic fish and chips. Oh yes, beer battered, beer with Guinness, right?
And don't change the oil.
Thick chips. No, don't change the oil. Good thick chips, wrapped up in a newspaper, just like tradition. And I had my vinegar, and I had my salt, and it was just lovely. I love that.
Better than sex.
Oh yeah, so well, I don't know if it's better than sex, but it was very good.
Good fish and chips, better than sex.
There used to be a tea house here in Leavenworth called the Queen's Pantry.
Ooh.
And they served such amazing British cuisine, because British cuisine is not, a lot of people think it's bland and everything's boiled.
No,
and
it's
that's
not.
just not true. There's a lot of flavor in English food. There really is.
I know when I had that potato, I think it was potato leek soup. Oh my God. It was like the best effing thing. What was that? Bangers and
mash. Oh my gosh.
Bangers and mash.
And mushy
shepherd's
peas.
pie.
I love mushy peas.
Oh my God.
And shepherd's pie
peas.
made with mutton, damn it. With mutton, damn it.
Yes.
You cannot find that in English cuisine.
They had actually in Las Vegas,
cuisine.
they actually had a British grocery store.
Oh, do they? See,
that
it's
was
really
run by
difficult
Brits
here in the States
that
to get
actually
mutton.
had the true British shepherd's pie and all that stuff made. They would make it there. And then you'd go home and bake it, you know? But all the ingredients, oh my God, I remember because I was married to a Welshman. Yeah. He turned me on to that. all that.
I
Oh
miss
my
Europe.
God. It was so
I live in
good.
Kansas. I live in Kansas. I miss Europe. And you know what the really terrible part of that whole thing
They're
is
not
that we
remaking
do have
Beetlejuice.
sheep
Yes, they
farms
are.
here.
They're making a
They're-
sequel to Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice too.
No,
Look
they're
there.
not.
What the fuck?
Look at my
No, they're
phone.
not.
There was a
No, they're
sequel to
not.
Beetlejuice.
That's been
Yes.
a terrible meme for 6 years. No, they're not. They're
They
blowing
said that was
smoke
a
up your
terrible
arse.
meme for 6 years.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's the same thing with Labyrinth 2. Do you know how long
Yeah.
they've been talking about a sequel to Labyrinth? Since 1987.
Decades.
Coming in
Decades.
June and July 2021.
2021.
Yeah, that's
Steak and
because
kidney
they've written
pies.
they've
There,
written
Jens
a
has got the
new
food.
article based on the old articles.
Yeah.
Do not listen to that.
Do not listen to rubbish, she said.
It says on here, YouTube coming up.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice 2
No.
in
No.
June or July 2021. That's
No.
what it says.
No.
Just because it says it doesn't mean it's true. Seriously.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking it up.
Steak and
Don't
kidney
jump on the
pie.
bandwagon, B. Just take our word for it. V's 58. I'm 40. Trust me when I say the answer is no.
Sure. And Jay says it too.
Don't waste your time.
They're doing Powerpuff Girls.
Who? What?
Yeah. Supposedly doing Powerpuff. Another Highlander.
No. They're definitely not doing another Highlander. Highlander has had its day. It's done. Now, if they reboot it,
Reboot
something
it's different.
different.
They're not.
yeah.
They're talking about redoing it. Making another one.
Well, here.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Yorkshire pudding!
I love a Yorkshire pudding. Oh
Jason.
my God.
Ah,
That's basically a biscuit with some gravy on it.
I know.
Americans call
best.
that biscuits and gravy, Jens.
Biscuits and gravy out here. Who says? What source is that from?
Probably.
Oh my.
I've always wanted to try my hand at a beef Wellington.
Oh, I know, right?
It's so difficult to cook because you have to get it just right. And I've seen it on Hell's Kitchen, and that is the one thing they always get wrong is the beef Wellington.
You got to be like a master, or cooked it before. Yeah.
Well, repeatedly, yeah. And I
Yeah.
have tried steak and kidney pie,
Have
and
you?
it came out awful. Yeah, it was
Did it?
well because it called for. Well, I used a traditional recipe. It called for suet. Okay, I don't mind working with suet, only that I've never had instructions on it, and I messed it up real bad, and it tasted like it tasted awful. I was like, nope, I did that wrong, and I threw it out. Now I've had a proper kidney pie, steak and kidney pie.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Cavill might do a good job.
You think?
With Duncan MacLeod. Yes, he actually might. He did a very good job with The Witcher. I don't see any reason why he couldn't be a very good Duncan MacLeod. Oh, wait a minute. Are they doing Duncan or are they doing the other MacLeod? Because there's the cousins.
Right.
There's the show and there's the movies. So which ones are they rebooting?
I don't know. Jens, which one are they rebooting?
Shut up. Not you. Sorry. There was a voice from the ether. There was a voice from the ether that was like, nothing like a sexy Scottish cowboy. And I'm like, okay, whoa.
Sexy Scottish cowboy.
Where did this come from?
I love it.
Whoa.
I love it. A sexy Scottish cowboy. That could be a good story.
I'm not.
Telling Tuesdays. I still haven't started that yet. I'm still trying to get more stories.
Ovi, a traditional spaghetti western with a Scottish
cowboy. Yummy. That sounds like a good
I'm
Sunday dinner.
I'm gonna squelch my my inner Raquel Welch.
There you go. I'll get my inner Marilyn, but not with this hairdo.
Wait a minute, Marilyn wasn't in any cowboy movies.
She was in the Misfits. That was close enough.
Oh, I'll stick with Raquel.
Okay.
Yes, she's got the red hair and the bosoms, but she's got that,
Yeah.
that barmaid thing down real pat. So
Yes.
I'll stick
she
with
is.
Raquel. She's real. Plus, all them John
Raquel
Wayne.
Welch was just,
I can't imagine a John. Well, I grew. My uncle Bud was a cowboy in his youth. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of those John Wayne movies, all of the Bonanza and all of that other stuff, I associate with my Uncle Bud, and I associate with safety. Cowboys have always been safe for me.
Safety, yeah. That's what you were saying.
Yeah. So I cannot, being a grown up adult now, I cannot imagine a John Wayne movie without Raquel Welch in it.
Right.
Until I watched The Sons of Katie Elder. So I watched that, and that was not a good movie. It was a bang on spaghetti western. It had the formula down. It was like a Louis L'Amour novel brought to the silver screen, but it wasn't a good movie.
What did you not like any of the Clint Eastwood?
I am not a Clint Eastwood chick. It's just he's not on my
I like the one. I like
good,
one movie.
The Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, I like The Unforgiven.
Yeah, GBU is my absolute. I adore it. It's the only Clint Eastwood movie that I can really sit through going.
Yeah, I like The Unforgiven because I like the storyline behind it. It was good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. If I have watched it, it's been so long ago I don't remember.
It's the one where the guy cuts up the hooker's face.
Okay, I definitely won't see that.
She laughed at his penis being small, and then Clint came in to Highlander. He says Highlander, the one with Sean Connery.
That does not help because Sean Connery did make an appearance in the TV show. So try again.
The movie? I think he's talking about the movie.
Well, the thing is he popped up in several of the movies too. So you're going to have to do better than that. You can't say Sean Connery. He's appeared in all of them.
Sean Connery, that was somebody. Yum, yum.
I will always remember Sean Connery as James Bond.
Oh, always.
It's Bond. Just, he's Bond.
Shaken, not stirred.
Not stirred. Okay, there's that whole Scotsman thing. So
yep, there we go. Sexy Scotsman on a put him on a horse. Oh hell yeah! Let's get our Book of the Dead out and like raise him back up. He's got one more movie to do. Okay, so Yen says it is the movie.
The movie. Okay, all right. Okay. So my problem is my blood is Northern Wales, which is along the border of Scotland. Yep. So I have a thing for Scottish Vikings.
Yep. Just so happens I'm half Welsh and half Norse. So yeah, where do I stand?
Okay, I did mention the Scottish Vikings, right?
Yes. Interesting. Yeah.
It is my strength and my weakness. But Anglo-Saxon, well, yeah. I am, but I'm also French too, and Polish. I'm just, well, the Vikings, they got it in there.
Yeah.
They got it in there.
It's just a regular high is 57.
Yeah, I'm half and half, straight down the middle. No, there's 1% Swedish.
Oh yeah, there's Swedish there too because of the
I
Polish.
don't know where the hell that comes in, and I don't know where the 49% is. I think the 49% is Norse, and first it was 51% Welsh, and I'm just like, oh man, fuck, really?
Another reason James Hetfield.
Shit. My ex is Welsh. I'm like, what if I was his relative? I was just
That
kidding.
would have to go back pretty far, V.
James Hetfield's my hero.
I mean,
I know. I'm just kidding. It was a joke. Because I was adopted.
Because when I say about my
Yeah,
heritage,
that's like thousands of years ago. That's
it
that's
goes
ancestry.
It's a progression.
Yeah,
You can see how my family migrated.
Yeah, I can see how mine
That's the reason why
migrated
I'm
too.
like,
Right to friggin' right where you
there's
are.
no such thing as a pure blood Viking. First off, let me just put it like that. If you claim to have
Viking is
Nordic blood and
actually
then
just
claim
a
to be pure
term.
blood, you're a liar.
Well, and actually, Viking was a term of what they did. It wasn't who
Traveling.
they were.
Yeah, it's who they were. It's what they did. It was travel.
Yeah.
If you go a Viking, you're doing
To
one
go a
or
Viking,
two things.
yeah.
You're trading or you're pillaging.
Right. Or you're trading your pillage.
But being a Viking, going a Viking didn't necessarily mean I was of Nordic heritage.
Right. You going a Viking could have been anybody can go a Viking.
Well, the thing is you want to go a Viking. You don't want to fall in with gypsies.
Right. Hello.
There's a difference.
Yes.
Wait, did that come out? I think there was an incident with that. Somebody rewind it and tell me what that sounded like.
Well, I hope you didn't insult me, but
no. I think it came out. Okay, there's an Irish energy here, and I can't identify that.
That's okay. It's a good energy. Don't worry about it.
I don't know where that came from.
Hello. One of my ancestors, probably. Goddamn
That's
Germans.
One thing that I'm not. Thing that I'm not is Irish. I have no Irish heritage at all.
Look at my eyes. I am fucking. I got a lot of Irish in me, supposedly. All from that Anglo-Saxon area. Who knows? Who knows what? And Hanson,
the Anglos and the Saxons were two different tribes.
I know.
And then they came
mingled
together they mingled because of the Northmen.
Right. Bastards.
They kept invading the coast of Kent.
I know.
They had to do something.
Well, they had to go find women too. They kept killing us all off, man. Fuckers. They kept sacrificing us.
No, they didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Anglo-Saxons have this thing about do or die. Okay?
Right.
This is a tradition that's long been in existence.
I'm not talking about the Anglo-Saxons.
I'm talking about the Anglo-Saxons, V.
I wasn't. I was talking about the Norse.
I was talking about their fighting on the shores of Kent.
Okay. Sorry, I was talking about something different. Never mind.
In 1066, King Harold came over from you know what? Don't worry about it.
No, I want to hear.
It's one of the most famous battles of Hastings. Wait,
there's
battles
I
of
don't
Hastings
pay attention.
1066.
I probably
this
skipped
is part
that
of your
class.
heritage, V.
What?
This is
I
part
know
of
it's
your
my heritage now. It wasn't my heritage when I was studying it. I could care less back then. I skipped a lot of school. A lot of school. I was a bad kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had issues.
So Norway had a lot of King Harolds. First of them being King Harold of Fine Hair. Okay. That was the first. He was the first one. We get to see him in the Vikings show. Okay. That's who he is.
Okay.
Right? But just like England had like 7 Georges.
Right. Okay. I remember that.
Norway's had like 12 Harolds. Okay. Now, King Harold of an unknown number in my head at the moment, because I'm only human and I can only remember so many things, invaded England on the shores of Kent at a hill called Hastings.
Okay, Essex. It's called pronounced Essex.
Essex.
No.
It's pronounced
unless
Essex.
Unless I'm wrong. Hastings is not in Essex. It should be in Kent.
So that's different. Essex is different than Essex.
East Essex is not in Kent, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's
two
not.
different. It's two different places.
Yeah, it's like the county of Essex is not the county of Kent.
Okay.
Kent has a shoreline.
Okay.
Off this particular shoreline, there is a very small island inlet. It's just big enough for a
Is that
Norseman
Malia?
army.
No.
In Kent, on the shores of Kent.
On the shores of Kent, there's an island.
Just off the shores of Kent, there is a very tiny inlet.
Inland, okay.
Inlet
is not, yeah, okay, I get it.
Inlet. Basically, just outside the beach, just off the beach, there is a very small sandbar that's just large enough for a Nordic army to land at.
Hey, Epic. Good to see you. Phew, yeah, it is the 420. I don't got the 420.
Thank you, Jens. Thank you,
so
Jens.
Jens okay,
can
gotcha.
correct me if I get anything wrong because he knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This isn't just British history. This is Nordic history. It's Anglo-Saxon. It is American history. Okay? And this battle is very, very important because William the Conqueror is the one who battled King Harold on the hill at Hastings. The Anglo-Saxons,
I know Hastings.
the English,
okay.
I know, I'm making to get this story out too.
Okay.
Okay. So, there's a few reasons why the Battle of Hastings is very, very important. It's not just important to the history of the kings in England, because the Battle of Hastings really establishes and gives legitimacy and credibility to William the Conqueror as being a legitimate leader, a legitimate king. Okay? Because before this, everybody called him William the Bastard because his heritage was in question. But might makes right. And if you win a major battle, you get to be king. And it doesn't matter who your daddy is or isn't. Okay? That's... Sorry if this is offensive, Jens. This is history. Okay. Well, okay. Eleanor of Aquitaine is something different. All right. Anyway. All right. So it's the Battle of Hastings. In comes the Norwegian army. I don't think they were specifically Norwegian. I think there was some Swedish and some Danes in there too. Basically, you have yourself a invading North Norman army. Okay, and they have come in the traditional Viking ships. Okay, but they don't land exactly on the shores of Kent. They land on this. Basically it's a large sandbar that's just off the beach. Okay, and it's just big enough to hold this army, and that's where they are mustering off their ships. Okay, because if they paddle their little canoes, or if they bring their ships to the shore, the Anglo-Saxons are going to burn their ships and they can't get back. They have to have a retreat. This is their retreat scenario. Okay, so they don't want their ships anywhere on the shores, because by 1066, the Anglo-Saxons have figured out if you take away a Viking's ship, they're pretty much screwed. Because they're very naval based. I hope you're following me thus far. Anyway, so this army is mustering on the shore. Now, I would say 50 yards, maybe, on the shore. There, on the hill, is William. Okay, on top of the hill are his brothers. With him on top of the hill, who has the advantage, is his army. King William has the home field advantage being on the top of the hill at Hastings. Okay? He's got home field advantage. So you got the Norse down here and the English way up here. Well, King Harold knows that storming that hill is going to create Hamburger Hill a few hundred years before it's supposed to happen. So he has to figure out how to get William down off that hill to get him off of that advantage. There is only one thing that he can do, and he comes up with an idea. This idea was actually implanted to him, and this is how I know, is because Loki was there. Now, all right, so King Harold is down here on the beach. He's having his guys get mustered in. This battle starts with a taunting contest. The two kings are taunting each other back and forth and exchanging insults. The things that were said on the beach that day, I'm sorry for both of their mothers, okay? Let's just put it like that, because you know how soldiers can talk. And now you've got two armies, you know, taunting each other. Well, all right. Yeah, okay. All right. So meanwhile, they're using this, the Nords are using this distraction to maneuver their troops from that small inlet onto the beach, but they're not getting very far because of the archers. Okay, on the island inlet, they're just out of archery range from the top of the hill. Okay, so basically it's a standoff. All right, so one of King Harold's heralds has finally aggravated not the king, because the king is very stoic. He's taking all this with a smile. The people who are not taking this with a smile are his brothers. Okay. Finally, King William's brothers are so enraged, they completely forget that they have the home field advantage being up on that hill, that without a command, without any permission whatsoever, they brandish their swords and start rolling down the hill. And the army, thinking that this is the cue, follows the brothers. Meanwhile, King William on his horse is going, "No, stop!" And here come the Norse, and they all meet down below on the beach.
Wow.
That almost cost him the battle right there. That almost cost him the battle because King William did not have the same numbers as King Harold did.
Right.
And so when they lost that advantage of the higher ground, things started to go bad. But what happened is William managed to get part of his army to come around the other side of the hill, and he sacrificed his brothers doing it. He comes around the hill to flank the Northmen. The Northmen lose a lot of their men, and they end up retreating. Okay, and so King William, I want to say William ended up winning that battle. Okay, and then they went back to they went back home. The Nords went back home. But because this battle was such an epic battle, it legitimized William the Conqueror as a legitimate king of England. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm fairly certain that I'm not, one of the biggest reasons why William won the Battle of Hastings wasn't because William was ever so smart and virile and kingly. It was because he, at this point, had married Eleanor of Aquitaine. And she had her own army, who was French.
There you go.
And so she was the one, her French archers and the archers of at this point, Wales. Okay.
Well, weren't they were the best archers going?
Well,
right?
when you've got the French and the Welsh archers on your side. Because everybody knows about the Battle of Pevins. I mean, come on. You got the Welsh against the French at the Battle of Pevins, but at Hastings, you had the Welsh and the French on your side. Because of Eleanor of Aquitaine. Now, Eleanor of Aquitaine used to be married to King Louis Philip the Fourth, I think. But he was tinkle toes. And she got angry because he would not give her children. And so she is one of the first very important queens of history who divorced. And yes, she legitimately divorced Philippe because he was twinkle toes, and he didn't care who knew it. And remember, French is Catholic right now. Everybody's Catholic right now. Well, yeah, everybody's Catholic right now. In 1066, everybody's Catholic. So if you could prove that your husband was a twinkle toes, you divorce.
Wow.
Divorce. Yeah. So she divorced him, and then she ended up marrying William, got William the throne, and then he imprisoned her at Windsor Castle. It was at Windsor Castle. It's called Lion in Winter. It's a really great movie. If you've never seen it, watch it. It is a fantastic movie. Well, because William's mistress was Rosalind. Oh. She won him the throne with her army, married him, made him king, legitimized his throne, and then he imprisoned her in a castle while he was off effing his mistress. Oh, yes. Thank you, Eastland. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Eastland. History is an awesome story.
Yeah.
I love Eleanor of Aquitaine. She ran into battle. She rode into battle naked like the goddess Godiva. And she now this was when she was married to the French king. But she won him extra territory because of that distraction, because she was on horseback naked.
That Lady Godiva?
Eleanor of Aquitaine was a kingmaker. Whoever she married became a king.
Oh, wow.
And if she didn't stay with him, he would lose power.
Interesting.
Eleanor of Aquitaine was an amazing woman. If you don't know anything about her, look her up. She is awesome.
Wow.
Saturday afternoon history lesson.
I was just going to say Saturday afternoon coffee chit chat and history. Cool.
Well, I am a time lord,
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a time lady. I've time traveled.
Yeah.
Yes. I've told you about Valhalla. I've told you about being in Valhalla and all that. I've time traveled. Mm-hmm. I've been to 1485. I've been to 1066. There was that time with the Egyptian pharaoh. Well, he wasn't a pharaoh. He was a priest to the pharaoh. But that was an interesting affair.
You'll always learn interesting and amazing stuff here. Remote viewing.
No. No, it wasn't remote viewing. I was actively there. You're going to have to figure out how.
Right? It's the Jewish side of me. I don't know where that came away. Interesting. Yeah, we always have a good time. It's always definitely interesting.
I like that thing for Gator World. You call up to Gator World, they say it's like
Gator World. Now they're talking about Gator World over
Gator
here.
World.
They're just crazy over here.
It's this fucking comedy skit.
It's a comedy skit. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What? Press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish, press 3 for Gator.
No, press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish, and if you press 2 for Spanish, it's like, I don't speak no Spanish, but you're gonna love this part.
I speak no Espanol, but you're gonna love this part. That's stupid.
Come here.
Oh my God. I don't know. Oh Jesus. Help me. Well, I'm about fading. Oh wow, we've been on for 2 hours, girl.
Yeah. I've laid my hand of cards on the table and I'll let you guys figure out how I travel through time.
Okay.
That's where I was gonna end it.
It's easy when you know. It's the knowing. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I'm sorry, my eyesight's going. So before I can't see anything, I can't even see the red button. I can just barely see the red button. Oh, I'm gonna have to check my sugars again. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Eat some cinnamon. I don't know what the frig to do. But I'll keep you all posted. If I'm in the hospital, you'll see me streaming from the hospital, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, we got good hospitals.
Yeah, at least I know there's a good hospital out here. Fuck's sake. Anyways, love you all. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for Wake Up Wednesdays. Who knows what's going to be on that? But coming soon is Tale Telling Tuesdays. I don't know when I'm going to start that soon. Soon is where we'll be telling stories, and you all have to guess if they're true or not. That should be fun. That should be a lot of fun, because a lot of our stories that you would think, oh my God, that is so not true, are
actually true. Exactly. That's the best part.
So, until next time, be safe. Ciao for now.
+5, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.